Good morning and welcome to Ionic Travels. Today going to be heading down to Eastbourne, doing my first Nimba task in fact. See Tesla Bjorn does these in Norway all the time. This is just taking off in the UK and this is my first task, as I say, transporting a tea trolley from Eastbourne to Nottingham. So let's see how that goes. Today 0 degrees Celsius. Setting off from home, Yorkshire. I'm sort of halfway between North and South, East and West Yorkshire, so I've shared the map on Facebook, so no doubt people can actually see the area where I live from that. But we're basically setting off today. It's 0 degrees outside. The sun is shining, as you can see over my shoulder here. But yeah, it's definitely chilly, and I'm glad that the car's been able to be preconditioned and actually take the chill off and also remove a bit of ice from the windows as well. And welcome back. So an update for you. We just stopped at Motor Services at Grantham and we're just pulling away now because it would be nice to make use of the chargers available to that vehicle on the right, but who wouldn't like a Tesla, but who wouldn't like the money to actually afford to buy one, of course. So yeah, anyway, we're heading now down to the charger at Peterborough. We're going to use a Bannatyne charger. Reason we're using these chargers is, yes, they are actually free of charge still at the moment, so looking forward to using those. And basically we're trying to do this journey as economically as possible. So I started off with 122 miles range. We're avoiding Ecotricity, which I'm just passing on my right hand side as I leave Grantham here, by the way. Yeah, 122 miles range. I've now got 68 range, and I've done 68. So basically, if my maths are right, that's 136 miles that we're extracting. We had 122. Run the heating down. Not got the heating on at the moment, but that's more for the benefit of noise rather than anything else. And yeah, we're heading, as I say, down to the charger down at Peterborough now. So with 39.1 miles, 39 miles to go, 68 range, got 28 spare on the gone, which seems fair enough to me. So thought I'd do a bit of recording of the drive down. You can see it's a beautiful day, 4 degrees, and apologies for the bit of vibration there, could do a better mount at some points, no doubt. And catch up with you when we get to the Bannatyne charger in Peterborough. Just 5 miles away from the charger now at Bannatyne's. Done 101 miles, still got 35 miles range, just on the edge of Peterborough now. And yeah, nice day. 8 degrees outside, so much warmer than the 0 it was earlier. And yeah, it's definitely a lovely day. So that's great. So here's my considerate parking, but I'm having to park like this because of this wonderful van that's blocking the charge point charger. So fortunately, the driver of the BMW i3 is moving very shortly, and he's just got his charge, and yeah, very sociable. This pillock, let's see where I get with reception when I go in there and put my number plate in. What you need to do here at Bannatyne in Peterborough, because this really doesn't help. So here we are, Peterborough. I've managed to get free charge of the Instavolt. It's an introductory offer. Managed to get on because BMW i3's moved. This charger is available, however, parking space is not. Still at the Peterborough charger. I have now charged. I've got 130 miles on the gone, 94% in the battery. And basically you've got a journey now of 97.3 miles. 98 miles, let's call it, to the next Bannatyne gym, which is a Grays in Essex. Despite me actually saying to Bannatyne's gym about the van parked in the other charging bay, it's still here. And unfortunately, they said they were going to put a call out on their tannoy system, but they never did. And that's a great helpful mentality. Thank you, Bannatyne's gym, for the use of the parking spaces and the chargers. But when your staff probably themselves actually park in the bays just so they can be close to the entrance, or somebody else parks in the bays and they say they're going to do something about it and they don't, it's rather disappointing. But I will say, Peterborough Bannatyne's Starbucks coffee shop, very good. You do need to remember to put your number plate in on a iPad type device in there. So what is the Ioniq like? So we're going nice and slowly in traffic here on the A14, and I can tell you it's very comfy. So far today, done 135 mile. I've got probably the same distance to go again, and yeah, no aches and pains. But one of the reasons why I chose the Ioniq, would you believe, is the small battery. Now everybody will try and tell you that I won't buy an electric car unless it's got 300 miles range. Well, why would you want to carry that extra weight around when in fact what you can do is just turn around and get a Ioniq with a 28 kilowatt hour battery, and you can charge up more frequently on reliable charging networks like Polar, like ChargePoint, run by Instavolt, like PodPoints. So, second charge of the day, here at Bannatyne's gym in Grays, Essex. This is quite a good spot, just off the M25, just before the Dartford crossing. Got here with just shy of 40 miles spare. Still got probably a good 70 odd miles to go in my journey, so I wouldn't have had enough range to get to my destination or to do the onward trip that I need to do as well. I'm just going to start eating my lunch, hence I'm showing you the location rather than showing me feeding my face. Don't want to lose any viewers before I even start. And yeah, it's been fairly uneventful so far, apart from that iced spot. But I was still able to get a charge there, and I'll only be here for another 5 minutes and then back on the road again. So just arrived in Hastings, done 262 miles. We set off at 8:30 this morning. It's now actually 4 p.m. Total time actually driving 6 hours, so we've had about an hour and a half charging in 2 locations and getting something to eat. 262 miles done. Just got the Nimber task to do, which I'll be doing in about an hour's time. Be setting off for that. But the car's been absolutely amazing. The actual miles per kilowatt hour is 5.3 for the entire journey, and it's been an absolute delight. It really has, no problems whatsoever. Okay. So it just goes to show you can do 260 miles in a day. In fact, it'll be 300 by the time I've been to Eastbourne and back to do my Nimba task, and I'll take some video then so you can see what the car's like in the dark. Right, the Nimba task is picked up, heading back to the hotel now. Just stopped into the Sainsbury's at Hastings here to get a nice hot pizza for my dinner. So yeah, been a bit of a long day. 7 o'clock now in the evening. Started off at 8:30 this morning, but yeah, plenty of stops along the way for coffee, plenty of stops for food, plenty of stops for charging. Well, no, actually only 2 stops for charging, and didn't bother with charging at the Bannatyne in Eastbourne, because Eastbourne, I didn't film on the way back from Eastbourne because Eastbourne was absolutely gridlocked due to problems with their railway crossings, which a quick Google search while sat in traffic indicates that that actually is very common. So not brilliant, not brilliant. So I had to go a bit out of my way in order to get back to Sainsbury's here. We're back now, and now on my way back to the hotel with a nice warm pizza. Oh, come to Papa. Love pizza from Sainsbury's, it's fantastic. So driving now, night time. Not sure how this will quite pick up on the camera, because there are street lights about, but yeah, headlights are not terrible. And maybe my eyesight is actually better than the camera vision of what's in front of us. Equally, I think my headlights after today's, what, 300, we're just about to clock up 300 miles, is probably a fair bit better as well. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the headlights on the Ioniq. Been a good day. Just seen a post on social media about my Nimba task. Actually, somebody's just asking, do we not have a good train network in Britain as opposed to Norway, so why do we need Nimba? I think the answer to that is yes, we do have a really good train network, but it's not really used for transporting goods anymore. It does transport post, but certain things are very expensive via the postal system, and this trolley definitely would be, due to the awkwardness of the size, the fragility of the glass. So I can understand why this is being Nimbered, and I definitely wouldn't want to push it myself on a train, I must say. So but I can definitely understand why keeping it in the back of my car and me transporting it up to Nottingham a little bit later on this week is actually a good thing for the future owner of this trolley to have done, because on a train or in the Royal Mail it would just get broken. I'm quite certain of that. So let's round up today then. Started at 8:30, travelled 300 miles exactly, an average speed of 42 miles per hour. Variety of motorway, but mostly A roads all the way down. The miles per kilowatt hour now for the whole day, for those 300 miles, is 5.2. The temperature range has been 0 this morning when set off, to around about 10 degrees, and it's now 6. So yeah, it's done well. I've run largely with the heating on, occasionally with the heating off, like it's off at the moment now, just so that actually you guys can hear me without the vents making any noise. And yeah, the car's been faultless, peerless, very, very comfy. All the gadgets and gizmos have worked. Apple CarPlay's worked. Some lovely music on the way down, and yeah, it's been an epic journey. for that is been really good, really good. So that's all from me for this first episode then of Ionic Travels. The journey, I hope, has been an enjoyable one for you guys as well. That's what it has for me. Now I'm going to get my pizza and get some rest before a couple of days of work before travelling back to Coventry from here on Thursday. Until the next time, bye bye.